You are tuned in to a fireside chat with Zany Mystic. Join us now on another exciting metaphysical journey. Relax, tune in, drop out, and take a seat by the fire as we explore new realms and possibilities. This is Magenta Pixie. You can find me at magentapixie.weebly.com. But now, here is Zany Mystic and guest. Enjoy the show.
Greetings, and welcome to a Fireside Chat with Zany Mystic. I'm your host, Lance White. Tonight, my guest is Dr. Michael Mao. Michael returns to share what's transpired since our last shows together and what is to come. He has published a series of books detailing the events preceding, during, and after 2012 under the main titles, The Sanctus Germanus Prophecies. He is one of several mediums for the Great Brotherhood of Light. Before his mediumship, he pursued a career in the Foreign Service and worked as a consultant to the United Nations and the U.S. Agency for International Development and the World Bank. He has lived and worked in Europe, Africa, Asia, and North America and speaks 4 languages. You can find a wealth of esoteric information at his website as well as his books, www.sanctusgermanus.net, and we'll mention that again before the end of the show. But now, let's welcome Michael back to the show. Hi, Michael. How are you?
Hi, Lance. It's a pleasure to be back.
Yes. It seems like we were just talking yesterday, but I'm sure it's been longer than that.
It's been over 2 years.
Oh, my God. Well, you are probably one of the most knowledgeable and wisest people in terms of the 2012 information. I loved your 3 books. And at the time, I can't remember, but it seemed like there were some impending events. But now, we're so close that I'm sure that you'll have a lot to share about what's coming. We're in 2011. 2012 is around the corner. So I'm just going to kind of turn the show over to you and maybe let you catch up with us.
Well, as you know, I'm not one of these real scaremongers about 2012. I look at 2012 as an end of a cycle. And, of course, at the end of a cycle, usually you have a massive cleanup, as we are having right now.
Yeah.
And the cleanup of the financial system, because that is how what we call the dark forces, or the powers that be on this earth, control humanity. Mm-hmm. And so that is one of their main tools through the economic and financial systems, how they control mankind. So that thing is being battered to death. And I think we are, we started the downturn in 2007. Mm-hmm. The process has never been cured, and the whole world system is building up now to another big crash, and I think that's coming within months.
Well, good.
And it's a very good thing, because we've got to get rid of the system, because it really is a system of elites and poor people.
Yes, absolutely. There's such a great divide between them, and what will happen is the rest of the world will starve to death, and the elites will be tucked away in their underground bunkers or on other planets.
You see what's happening in the United States, how the division is getting greater and greater.
Oh, my God!
People losing their jobs, they're losing their homes, while people in Wall Street and the other elites in Europe are just getting richer and richer.
Yeah.
For what, I don't know. I really don't know what they need all the money for, but that's the way things are going. And I think what it's really coming about now with the Greece crisis and the rest of the periphery of Europe, mm-hmm. we're seeing the signs of this whole system crumbling. Mm-hmm. And I think just brace yourself, because that's part of the whole prophecy. And of course the next point is a war has already started. We had predicted a Third World War, and it didn't quite start off the way I thought it would be with a big bang, but instead, what it is are these small wars that are going to just gather together in the future. Like you have what's going on in Syria, what's going on in Libya, what went on in Egypt, Iraq, and Afghanistan. All those things are just going to come to a head, and that's going to be what the World War is about. And it'll spread. It'll spread all around the world also in different parts like India and Pakistan. That thing is getting ready to blow up again. And all the friction points that have been reserved by the dark forces so they can just push the button and start it up again. And of course, we have seen the third factor in this end of a cycle already starting are the earth changes. And you saw what happened in the tsunami that hit Japan and all the earthquakes. Right now, the U.S. Geological Survey says that 2011 has accumulated the most earthquakes ever since they have recorded earthquakes, and we're only half the year.
Is it possible for us to determine what portion of the earthquakes that are being generated around the world are due to the major powers having high technology like HAARP, and because there are weather wars going on as well, financial wars, and then I suspect that these meltdowns at the various atomic plants are a form of nuclear war.
It could be. I'm not too sure how strong they are about, this HAARP that's supposed to be able to generate or provoke earthquakes. I do think the one in Haiti was.
Yes.
But the ones that seem to be around the Pacific Rim, the Ring of Fire, I think those are just the Earth shaking off and, shaking about and getting a little bit impatient about what's going on. So it's that big soul is working toward cleaning up the periphery, because eventually I think we will see the rise of another continent, but that'll be way, way, way in the future. But I think these are the preparatory marks of that happening. And the earthquakes in Japan, for example, I was told about them 12 years ago.
Wow!
As part of the sinking of Japan.
Yes. That was scary. I've seen films of the land, and we don't see it now, but it looked like there was nothing but liquid underneath the surface. And Yes, and the cement sidewalks and the streets were moving up and down as if they were floating. It's frightening.
Well, I think with Japan, it is, from our esoteric view, it is a karmic episode. So that's why I don't think that particular earthquake was generated by HAARP.
Okay.
I think it's part of the beginning of a process that will end up in the sinking of Japan. And when you do have that happen, then you're going to have major, major problems in Hawaii and on the West Coast, because you're going to have a massive tsunami that's going to slam into the West Coast, and, you can imagine what will happen after that.
Yes. I actually had a vision of that about 15 years ago, and I saw this huge wall of water going over Los Angeles, and there was one going over the Egyptian desert where the Nile is and where the pyramids are.
Oh, yeah? Well, what I see is that tsunami will slam into the San Francisco Bay Area. And, that's sort of the entry into the Central Valley. And then it'll just go right into the Central Valley and fill it up with water. And then that will be the weight of that water will eventually pull down the whole coast and sink it into the Pacific Ocean.
Right.
The whole continental shelf. And I think that may happen within our lifetime.
Well, yes, it's way overdue.
It is overdue, and you can see the rumblings of that right now. These are warning signs, as are all the floods that you see in the Mississippi, the Missouri. All these are stern warnings that if you're smart, don't go back and build your house right on the flood
right.
which a lot of people will be doing.
Right. Well, if they do that, then that must be part of their soul plan.
Oh, boy. In any case, you got those three things churning up right now. You have the whole financial and economic system about to just drop off the precipice, and then you've got these wars going, and that'll build up to a greater war, and then you've got the earth changes that are coming, or are already in progress. So we're really living in interesting times, Lance.
To be sure.
To put it mildly.
Well, now, Earth, or Gaia Sophia, and the Sun are sentient conscious beings, aren't they?
They are.
So what is going on with the Sun's electromagnetic pulses? There was supposed to be some kind of solar maximum in 2012, and the Sun's been ominously quiet. I'm assuming that it is doing so for the benefit of Gaia and ourselves, to awaken us at a pace that we can handle.
Well, I don't think they're waiting for it to coddle us with what needs to be done. What needs to be done is governed by a cosmic clock, which is under the cosmic law of periodicity. It's going to happen whether we like it or not, whether we're prepared or not.
Right.
And I don't think it's the heat that's going to be hitting the Earth more and more is going to be coming from other suns on other stars that'll be sort of aiming at us. And this is all part of a whole a plan to start up the whole warming of the Earth and the cleansing of it.
Well, I guess the question that's on everybody's mind is, since the dark forces have controlled this sector for, well, probably since the beginning of time, are they going to finally are we finally going to be able to separate the good from the bad? And
you mean to get rid of them?
Yes, you read my mind.
Well, Lance, there's something else going on right now, and of course we all feel it. It's called acceleration, and you feel how time is just whipping by. You lift your head up, and the day's gone, and then you turn around, and then the month's gone.
Oh yeah.
So you have this this increasing acceleration, and it's increasing day by day. I am told that those vibrations are going to get go so fast and be at such a high frequency that itself will eliminate a lot of the dark force energies and powers, and also all the other people that are following them. These are all low energy beings that will just be kind of wanting to get off the Earth because they can't stand the higher vibrations. And if light bearers wake up, and I'm afraid they're a bit slow in waking up,
yes,
they will also adjust to these vibrations through meditation and through other methods. They're the ones that would be able to survive this. So I mentioned the light bearers because those are the ones that are supposed to balance off the negative energies of the dark forces. But at the same time, the dark forces will be eliminated because of the acceleration that's going on.
So the acceleration is, as many people